Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to make it through difficult times. If you were someone that is going through it, whether it just started or it's something you've been going through your entire life, and you want to move to a more peaceful, a more abundant, happier experience, this is going to be the episode for you, because we're going to talk about how to make that positive shift and become the person that attracts good things to their life. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say the word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us that positive energy. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you, and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So how do you create positive energy in your life? If you are going through difficult times, if you are hurting, if you are in pain, it's hard to see the other side. It's hard to imagine a different experience. No matter how bad you want it, it can be difficult to make that shift. When you understand your experience, and that's what this is, an experience, and you understand what you truly are, you realize that you get a choice in what's going on. That doesn't mean that external things don't happen. It doesn't mean that things don't happen to you in a sense. But when you realize how they're happening to you, you can change your perspective and see how things happen for you. Recently, I've started calling this, instead of a life, an experience. When we call it a life, it seems finite. It seems like it's limited. The weight of things that happen can be really heavy. But when you start thinking about an experience for you and your higher self, then you realize that everything, the good, the bad, is part of your experience and opportunities for you. It's an opportunity for you because everything in this experience is a lesson for self-improvement, is a lesson for personal development, is a lesson for healing within. It's all happening for you, even the things that happen to you. So the difficulty that you're in right now, there are still lessons in there. Because if the goal, if the focus of this experience is to raise your frequency so that you can be closer to love, be closer to the highest energy there is, then the bad things are good because it's a part of this experience and not a part of you, your true self. It's all happening for you. That doesn't mean it's easy to be happy about bad things that happen. It's not easy to be happy when you see all the pain, all the suffering, all the hurt that's going on in the world and possibly to you. But a positive mindset is not about being happy all the time. A positive mindset is the perspective in which you view the world. The more positive you are, meaning the higher charged you are towards love, no matter what is happening, you can find the good in it. And when you realize that your energy is an observing energy and a creation energy, you understand how important this positive mindset thing is. Because when something bad happens, when something difficult happens, when something painful happens, and you analyze it, you look at it, you reflect on it, you raise your perspective, you find the one piece of good out of the 99 pieces that are bad, you take that within you, and that's the energy you carry with you, you start becoming more powerful because your skill at finding the good in things improves. That doesn't mean the bad things don't happen. It just means you are observing the good, and because you are a creator of what you observe, you create more of the good because your energy impacts. Energy impacts, and you have to know that. You have been around people who make you feel a certain way. Maybe they make you feel happy, maybe they make you feel afraid, but their energy impacts you. You've sat there and reached for your phone thinking that somebody called you or someone was about to call you or your phone rang and nothing happened. And then a second later, the person you thought of texts you or calls you. Energy exists. What energy are you going to create more of? You see, you have to understand that you're so valuable. The energy, the frequency that you allow within you, you give it life. Without you, the observer and creator, its existence doesn't have value. Its existence is non-existent. So when you try to shift, when you're going through something negative and you want to go to something positive, it's going to hold on because you matter. The negative things are holding on to you because you're valuable. But the more positive, the more love you put into your mind, the more of it you create, the more momentum you put behind you moving into that frequency. And you free yourself. That's how you make this shift. You have to understand how you work, you observe and create. Then you have to start looking at everything that you're going through. And you might be wondering, well, this person is abusive to me. I've gone through extreme trauma. And understand, you're not maybe going to find good from that person, but the good that you can find, the gift in the situation that you went through, is who you can become because of it. When you get out of that situation, you can grow yourself and heal, and then there's somebody else that's been impacted in a similar way as you, and you can give them guidance. You can offer them a solution to healing because of who you became from the situation that you went through. So the bad thing to you is a gift to them, so it's a gift to you, because if it's a gift, it's a gift. A lot of these lessons, a lot of these episodes that I create come from talking with others, from my coaching sessions, from understanding the pain that they've gone through, and then taking that, working through it with them, finding the positive, helping them shift their energy, and then taking that and then creating an episode on it. So the worst thing that happened to them, the pain, the trauma, the PTSD, whatever it was for them, became a gift. So it may not feel like it now, and it may take a while to see it as that, but it's a gift because you can use it for good. And that's a purpose. That's a hero's purpose, to go somewhere that's difficult, to grow up in a difficult situation, to grow up in a painful situation and then heal from it and then offer something good. It's the path that you're on. You are the hero in your journey. That's why you're looking up positive podcasts. That's probably why you're reading positive books, watching positive YouTube videos. The calling within you is telling you you are more. And everybody should have this journey, but you are paying attention to it. You are observing the calling. You are starting to take the steps. And maybe that's the course, is that you are to become something healed and big from where you came from so that others can see you and then you can be the inspiration for them. There is good in everything if you take yourself out of it. If you take your ego out of it, if you take how this affected me out of it and just focus on who you can become and who you can help, you'll find the good in any situation. Remember, what you focus on expands. Somebody that thinks negative, that thinks down, that thinks in low thoughts and speaks in low thoughts, how do you think their life is? Do you think you would want their life? No. Somebody that speaks positive, sees the good, lives in peace, who would you want their life? I think so. So start with what you can control. Observe the situations and find the good in it. Observe your thoughts and make sure you put positive thoughts in there. Love, forgiveness, joy, happiness, whatever energy you need, put that in your mind and maintain it. Then make sure your actions are in alignment with that. If you are telling yourself, I am love and I live in love and happiness, but then your actions aren't in alignment with it, it's not going to be who you become. You have to give the love to people. You have to give the forgiveness to people. You have to give the joy to people. Even the people that don't deserve it. The person that cuts you off in the road, that causes you to get angry, and now you're going to be late because of them, because now you got stuck at a light and you're going to be late. Offer them love. Offer them forgiveness. Do not feel the anger within you, because then you are telling the universe that you like the idea of love, but you don't want that because you're not acting as if you have that. That's how you make the change. So I thank you for understanding that you have value. I thank you for the difficulty that you've gone through for the person that you can become, because that's powerful. That's a hero's journey, and that's how you become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you some light on whatever it is that you're going through, and hopefully gave you a perspective that will help you get through it. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below that will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. There's also the Positive Mindset Facebook group. You can join that as well. And if you are looking to level up, if you listened to this episode and you thought, how can this apply to me? I do one-on-one coaching. There's a link down below where you can request some information. It'll be a text from me. We can figure out what you need, what's the best fit, and we can move forward if it sounds like what you need to get that positive mindset. And if you are looking for more content, if you enjoyed this episode, but you want more, you want to dive into abundance, you should check out my new podcast, Unlock Your Abundance, because it talks specifically about that, how you put the energy within your mind so that you can become someone that attracts the wealth, attracts the abundance, and can live that free life. That's what that podcast is about. So go ahead and check it out. I appreciate everyone that has so far and all the support. It means the absolute world to me. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.